This weekend, more than 2 million Californians will lose pandemic unemployment benefits. Good evening, I'm Jesse Pagan.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. The federal money that paid for extra benefits is ending. As News 8's David Goffredson reports, there are other programs still available to help unemployed workers.
Here you go. I told him, I know they're on my table. Look, I'm bringing her flowers.
You're so amazing.
A bouquet of flowers just to say thank you from an El Cajon constituent.
That is so sweet, and you know I love sunflowers.
Delivered to Lori Brown, who works in the El Cajon office of State Senator Brian Jones. Brown helped the woman get unemployment benefits.
I feel like they don't have to bring me flowers or even thank me. I mean, it's my job.
For the past 18 months, Brown has been helping constituents not only qualify for state unemployment benefits, but also get extra federal money under the CARES Act. But this weekend, those federal benefits are expiring, including $300 per week in pandemic unemployment compensation, unemployment money for gig workers and self-employed workers, and extended weeks of unemployment payments.
All programs federally funded are coming to an end, whether you have a job or not. And I was like, how can this be?
The El Cajon constituent wanted to remain anonymous. She lost her job in 2020 due to the pandemic.
I am already using my savings to offset my living bills. And as of September 4th, I have zero income.
An estimated 2.2 million unemployed workers will be cut off this weekend because many of them have already exhausted their 26 weeks of state benefits. Politicians were hopeful the U.S. government would extend the federal money, but it didn't happen.
Now is not a great time to take resources away from folks who are really struggling.
State Assemblyman David Chu from the Bay Area says there are other state benefits that can help. Unemployed workers can apply for CalFresh, better known as food stamps. They may also qualify for $1 per month health insurance through Covered California. And billions of dollars in state rental assistance is still available.
So it's important that struggling tenants and landlords know that they need to apply for state and local funding for rent relief as soon as possible.
Those programs can help, but for the El Cajon resident, there's only one solution.
I'm not making excuses. I'd love to find a good job.
Keep in mind these federal programs are expiring this weekend, but unemployed workers may still be eligible for back benefits that have not been collected. Jesse?
Now, David, it seems this will hit gig workers hard since they normally don't qualify for those traditional unemployment benefits. What do they need to know?
Right. For example, if you're a gig worker and you were unemployed any time during the last 18 months, you may be eligible for those back benefits. But experts say you need to apply soon, especially gig workers. If you apply for your PUA claim as soon as possible, definitely apply before October 6th in order to be eligible for those back benefits.
Good information to know. David Goffredson on the unemployment benefits situation with us with the latest. David, thank you.
Valhalla students in the community are reacting to a now viral video of a fight on campus that ended with a Valhalla High School staff member's knee on a student's neck.
That staff member is now on paid leave while the district investigates. Now, it's not clear where the 14-year-old student is tonight or how she's doing.
News 8's Kirsten Holmes joins us live at Valhalla High School with more on this troubling incident. Kirsten?
Yeah, more than a year after the death of George Floyd, a similar scene resurfaces here at Valhalla High School in a video, this time between a white campus security or a supervisor and a black student. That video has now gone viral. Now, we have blurred the students' faces in the video because we want to protect them here at the school, but we still have to warn you that the video you're about to watch could be a little difficult.
Seemed a little aggressive, like a big, burly dude on a freshman. I heard she was a freshman. So, I mean, either way, she's only 14 to 18 years old, so that's kind of a big 200-pound dude and a smaller female.
Duncan Galvez is a senior at Valhalla High School. He says he saw the commotion surrounding the fight, and now most students on campus have the cell phone video of the fight and the school staff's intervention in question.
Well, I mean, it definitely looked a little violent the way it was handled. They ended up on the ground, and he was on top of one of them. I mean, I get you have to break up a fight, but it seemed a little violent. Like maybe more staff could have been called in.
Here you see the black gentleman and the fatigues come in.
Tasha Williamson is a community advocate and activist. She says the video at minimum shows a lack of training.
But he was on top of her. The other gentleman wasn't. The other gentleman picked the girl up, walked her over, calmly talked to her. She calmed down. She took deep breaths. This gentleman didn't do that. He stayed on top of her. He didn't let her go. She wanted him off of her.
And further than that, racist undertones.
They know how to treat their white children. They just don't know how to treat our black children. I want them to know from me as an activist, we want you to treat our children as if they were white. Because clearly there are racial disparities in treatment across this county, including in the education system.
Grossmont Union High School District issued a statement concerning the August 31st fight on campus, and Superintendent Teresa Kemper shared a video message to the community regarding the incident.
In light of the events that have taken place in America over the last 2 years, it's completely understandable that students and members of our school community are upset. We at the district are making sure Principal Frumis has all the resources she needs. We are deeply committed to doing everything in our power to ensure your child is learning in the safest environment possible.
Williamson says there are ways to prevent incidents like this from happening going forward.
Better training, more access to services, bringing in community organizations who actually identify with the groups of people that are on your campus so that it can improve the overall campus structure.
Okay, so the NAACP just released a statement concerning the incident here at Valhalla High School that says in part, quote, "It is long past time for something to be done. No more insincere statements, no more lip service, no more training without follow through. There need to be consequences for violent racist behavior from people under color of authority." Now, the NAACP goes on to say that the staff member in question is also a former sheriff's deputy, and that staff member again is on paid leave while the district investigates. Back to you.
The man accused of a DUI crash that killed another man working inside a La Mesa building faced a judge for the first time today.
61-year-old Daniel Corona pleaded not guilty to driving while high on fentanyl and meth in the July crash. News 8's Abby Alford shares how these types of cases are worrying prosecutors and how the victim is being remembered.
The deputy district attorney says normally they prosecute anywhere from 15 to 20 fatal DUI cases a year. This year, they're already at 31. These are senseless crimes, and in the latest case, the community lost a loving friend, co-worker, son, and family member. When 41-year-old Braden Jockman's co-workers heard someone crashed into their office building, killing a man, they couldn't believe it was Braden.
All of our hearts just literally broke down in disbelief. It doesn't even seem real even to this day.
Tia Banks says right before the crash, she was going to drop off some paperwork for Braden.
Just thinking that he was there alone at that moment, and to know that, you know, he couldn't have seen it coming.
On July 28th, while doing social work inside Golden Life Adult Day Healthcare, Braden was hit and killed by a driver who plowed his SUV through the building on University Avenue in front of Helix High, while allegedly on fentanyl and meth. No patients were inside.
This is just clearly someone who, you know, at 5:30 in the afternoon is so impaired that he drove into a building.
The driver, 61-year-old Daniel Corona, appeared in court on Friday and pleaded not guilty to felony gross vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated and possession of meth and fentanyl.
He admitted that he uses drugs every single day, that he knows that it's wrong.
Prosecutors say Corona has a felony history of drugs. Police found fentanyl, meth, and cocaine in his SUV. He broke his back in the crash. Corona's attorney says that he's a caretaker for disabled adults and volunteers at the Braille Institute in La Jolla.
Every single DUI crash is 100% preventable.
Braden's mother wrote us saying Braden lost his dreams, his goals, his life. Society lost someone who only wanted to help people and make them laugh. I lost my only son and a piece of my heart.
He was also the best co-worker. He was the awesome friend. He was always there for us. He was always a joy to be around. He's such a kind, gentle soul, and he definitely did not deserve to have his life cut short like this.
The judge lowered Corona's bail from $1 million down to $250,000.
The CHP is stepping up patrols this holiday weekend on the lookout for drunk drivers. A new Caltrans campaign is also underway aimed at preventing wrong-way crashes. The $9 million plan includes upgrades to 67 highway ramps throughout the county. They'll get new pavement markers and red reflectors to try and stop drivers from going the wrong way. Officials say they're already seeing a reduction in wrong-way crashes where these other measures have been implemented. Carlsbad police officers will be bar hopping tomorrow, but not to have fun. As part of the department's Know Your Limit campaign, officers will be talking with customers about blood alcohol content limits and how easy it can be to reach that 0.08% driving limit. If you volunteer, you can take a breathalyzer test and guess your BAC at that point.
It's been more than 3 days, but the search continues at this hour for 5 missing service members after a Navy helicopter crashed at sea. It happened 60 miles off our coast during a training exercise on the deck of the USS Abraham Lincoln on Tuesday. One crew member was rescued. Officials have released little information since about the incident, but they do say the USS Abraham Lincoln is still at sea as part of the search efforts.
Better conditions in the Lake Tahoe area have allowed fire crews to gain more ground on the Caldor fire.
Containment is up to 29% tonight thanks to lighter winds and more humidity. Crews are working to keep tens of thousands of homes and businesses surrounding the usually popular Memorial Day weekend vacation spot safe. And while evacuation orders are still in place for thousands of people, some were allowed to stay home, get back home.
Yeah, we're glad to be back home. You know, we missed our little retreat here.
The fire has burned nearly 213,000 acres and destroyed more than 800 structures. San Diego County's declaration of COVID misinformation as a health crisis has gotten the attention of the U.S. Attorney General.
Yeah, Dr. Vivek Murthy tweeted about it, saying in part, quote, "I'm grateful Supervisor Fletcher took on this issue. It's the kind of bold action we need to ensure we all have accurate, science-based information to inform our health. #VaccinesWork."